I'm gonna tag y'all. Hold on.
Talking about
We
J
live.
Lo's relationships is like talking to somebody about they having their fucking ninth baby shower. We don't care. You have 9 children. It doesn't matter anymore.
Come on in, y'all. Come on in. We are live. That's right.
Ah,
We started unconventionally today. Uh, J Lo and A Rod was on our minds coming into here, but we are live. So yes, 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 yes. Hold on, let me make sure I got us. Let me share this. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Do. Get out of here. I'm trying to get the live drink. Mm-mm-mm. All right, here we go. I just wanted to. Here we go. I see us. I see our beautiful faces. Come on in, y'all. Welcome to the Afterthought podcast. We ready in 1 minute. We just want to make sure we got everybody in here. The gang is here. We got a lot to talk about. Let me just make sure I got everybody tagged on this, and then we gonna get it going. I could always go back later. It's a lot of the tension is so thick in America, and we're gonna talk about it in the mirror. It's like it's crazy. Mm-mm-mm. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Y'all should see a notification. Y'all should see it. We ready. Welcome to the Afterthought podcast. I'm with the gang. JP, Tiff, Tanto. What's good, y'all? How y'all feeling? How y'all living? How y'all feeling?
good.
I know how y'all. I know we. I got to start with the wellness check before we get right to what we need to talk about. How y'all feeling? Jay just had a birthday. Happy belated birthday one more
Happy
time.
belated birthday to JP.
Jay, what did you do for your birthday, real quick, man? Tell us what
Oh,
did you do to turn up?
He still got a
oh, my
red
birth.
cup.
Yeah, 'cause we still celebrating. But nah,
Okay.
my birthday was great. I just want to say
Hmm.
thank you to all my family and friends, everyone who sent a card. Because my grandmother and my aunt still send cards because nobody even does that
Hmm.
now. So I'm thankful for everyone. Sent a card, called, sent a text, left a post, showed love. From the bottom of my
Yeah.
heart, I just want to say thank y'all for all of that. Like, considering the way the world has been these last year plus, to be able to be here to celebrate it, I'm just
Hmm.
thankful and I'm blessed and I'm appreciative. Had a good time, had a nice little kickback with the family and friends
Okay.
down at the Millennium. Had a nice little sweet situation, and then chilling at brunch. You know,
Always a vibe. Brunch
yo,
is
Frandy and Frag and E Class, they all said what up.
hmm Shout out to
I was
DJ
just
E Class, man. Shout out to DJ E
yeah, shout
Class.
out
I
to E
miss that guy.
Class.
You
Shout out to
know.
E Class for sure.
Hmm.
Shout to Harlem. Shout to Toby.
Yes, sir.
You know, shout to Fuji. But yeah,
Miss
nah, it
Fuji.
was good.
Wait, that's what's
Yeah,
up.
it was good. It was good. It was good. It was good, and I'm
How
thankful
old you
for it.
turn? How old you turn? Because
I'm I'm
black
still
folks
the
we
youngest
don't
on
tell
the
our age.
set. I'm still the youngest on the set. I
Tip, Tip,
35.
what the fuck does
I'm
that mean?
young,
I'm the youngest on the set. Like,
What the fuck,
and I got the
JP?
most gray hairs.
What the
And I
fuck
got the
is in
most
that
gray hairs
cup,
though.
JP? Got you tripping.
oh God. Wait, so Jay, how old are you, Jay? Um,
I'm
for the
35.
ladies watching, at home, JP is 35 and he's wearing it well.
Hmm.
Black don't crack. So shout out to
The
you.
hairline's still
You
intact. The hairline's still
soon as
intact
he,
under the
wait,
hat. Just
soon as he pulled that hat off, the nigga looked 47. He was like, all right, nah, that's my guy, man. Tiff, how you living,
oh
Tiff? How
man.
you been? How was your week? How's Layla? What's going on?
Layla's doing well. Layla just made the honor roll again for the third semester in a row.
Hey,
She's
hey.
Ooh.
doing her
Okay.
thing. Her only bad grade was gym. And she's like, who is doing gym virtually? What am I supposed to do? I'm like, take a picture of you in some skates. I would be like, hey, active. What the fuck? But other than that, we doing good. Yeah, we're doing good.
It's funny because Isaiah does the virtual physical education, and we're on the West Coast out here in Berkeley, which is like 5 minutes outside of Oakland, and I got to get up 3 hours earlier because of the time zone difference with him to make sure. And I can't stand when he has gym because none of the kids got their cameras on. Everybody's just cameras off. Ain't nobody. It's just the gym teacher, and it's like y'all supposed to be exercising. He got them watching videos. Like, what is this shit? Like, so.
The gym teacher somewhere eating donuts. Like, fuck this shit.
Yo, I got an email. I got an email from Isaiah's teacher. She's like, Mr. Hill, your son was absent from virtual school. I'm like, how? This nigga's in the other room. I'm trying to figure out why you not emailing him. Why are you emailing me? Like,
right. They texted me like,
I know.
Leilani was absent. I'm like,
it's one of them things. The times is different, right? Shit is different. But I'm glad we back.
Forgot to log on. The Wi-Fi's fucked up. But
I'm glad we back. I'm glad we've been. Last week we had a lot going on. The folks been missing us, so I'm glad we're gonna dive into a nice, the right episode. And when I say that, I always love introducing this segment with Tiff. Ain't this some bullshit? And I want you to. With everything going on, I think we know what's bullshit right now. So without any further ado, we got to bring this back to start off the show. Ain't this some bullshit with Tiff? Let's talk about it, Tiff. Talk to us about the bullshit.
All right, now, so we know this is some bullshit. Ma'Khia Bryant, young 16-year-old girl. It touches my heart because my daughter is 17. So police officer, right while we're doing the verdict, the police officer she calls the police for help because she's being jumped and she had a knife. So when he comes to the scene, instead of him using what he learned in training, how to de-escalate or disarm someone, he goes and takes the opportunity to shoot her, and not shoot her once, not shoot her to stop her, but to shoot her dead. And some of the commentary that I've seen on Facebook, I try to stay away from it because it's just too negative for me, and I just can't deal with it. It's just like one thing after another, and it's like certain things I'm not even allowed to say on Facebook because I'm gonna be censored and put in Facebook jail. But I'm able to see videos like this graphic footage, and this is not censored. So then it makes me wonder, okay, what is this about? You're trying to traumatize us? You know what I mean?
Right. That's what it seems like.
So I just think it's a bunch of bullshit. And in the commentary, I've seen people give their opinions, and everybody is entitled to their opinion. But for someone to say that they don't fault the police officer on this one, it just doesn't sit right with me, because if that was your child, where would you stand? Or that was your loved one or someone you knew, whether she was black, white, Chinese, a damn puppy, whatever it is, if it was somebody you loved, what would be your stance on it then? We're talking about someone that's trained. We're not talking about someone in the street that's scared, don't know how to handle a situation like this, don't know how to react or choose to react however they want. We're talking about somebody that took an oath, someone that has a responsibility to protect and serve, and that had extensive training on how to deal with situations like this. And you pulled out a gun, not a taser. You pulled out a gun and shot that girl not one time, but like 4 times in the chest, not the leg, not the arm, the chest. So that's some bullshit.
And I gotta come behind that before I give it to Jay and say I agree with you 100%. I work in education, and I've been in situations, and I was telling y'all this before. I worked in the Lower East Side, in the heart of the Lower East Side, Avenue A, B, C, and D, where all them kids from the hood come out and go to the community schools. So I've dealt with a lot of the neighborhood beefs that come up to the schools, and I've had one brawl in particular where I had to go out there and stop another school kids coming up with bats, knives, and Gray's an educator too. JP going to attest to this. I feel like we've all been in situations where we had to diffuse a situation and put our lives in danger. But And anytime in those moments, I've never had to be like, damn, we're the police. I need a gun. Or like, so like watching that video slow down in regular speed, I saw her, you know, with a knife in her hand. And then from my view, it was enough men, police, females that pulled up. I just go for the arm. Once you get the knife and they see y'all, I get it. There was a father kicking another girl. I get it. It was a family brawl. The girl was about to get jumped. She called for it. I get all that. But I don't think he needed to react in that manner. And it just has me thinking, you know, I mean, not thinking, it's been like this. This is a systematic issue. They're afraid of us in reaction always like that. You know, there was the other officer that used a taser and so it's just like,
oh no, wait. Hold on. Sorry, just to interject. Let's try to keep it as factual as possible. No, I know that. The officer, she pulled her gun out and screamed,
Jay, no, Jay.
Knowing she had a gun.
Hold on. We all know that that's some bullshit.
That was a Jedi mind trick.
I'm just saying, saying to the notion of reaction time, you had way more time. And I'm saying, as a person that works in education, I've broken up family brawls where they be throwing down the aunts, the uncles, the where is out there with the pot and the grater. And I'm not even trying to, but you could have, she wasn't attacking you with the knife. She was trying to defend herself in whatever the situation was, because that was the call that came in. So again, with everything going on, in my opinion, that was some bullshit. He reacted too fast. And then this whole them yelling out Blue Lives Matter, that shit is not even a real fucking thing. I got police officers in my family retired. That is just some code that they use to protect each other. That's not really a real thing to matter. I get it. But again, police officers' jobs are protect and serve. So my thing is to, you know, and I'm gonna go to JP next on this. It's some bullshit. And it makes me think, if you didn't have bullets, real bullets, if they didn't arm these police officers with guns, how would you have diffused that? If you got called to the scene, how was you gonna, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I want to know how many dogs have been reported shot and killed by cops. You know, dogs that are there to protect homes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear about that at all.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I lived in Binghamton for a while, and I heard one story where the police officer had to shoot a dog. But you don't even hear that. They don't even react like that to animals that is ready to attack your ass. You know what I mean? So it's just they don't have any respect for our human lives. I don't know. You're muted.
Nah, I agree. To that point, Tiff, to your point, that's really the issue. I really think that most police, I got police in my family as well. Like, most police really just want to do their shift and go to hell home.
That's a fact.
They not out here trying to like shoot people or get caught up in bullshit. Like, they wanna go to work, get their money, and you know what they want to do? Collect easy overtime, doing bullshit security at Yankee Stadium or Madison Square Garden. Like, now my boy's commenting, he is in law enforcement. I would love to hear his take on it as well. But he'll tell you, but I can guarantee you that they don't like most. He said it was a good. Well, I want you to tell me that.
Wait, let me go get my charger. Hold on. Let me get my charger.
So, yeah, I mean, tell me offline. If you can, wait. I just want to say to my brother, I don't know if you could message me aside and give me more of the details and your perspective of it. Let me know.
I'm gonna say this. I mean, we don't want to discredit anybody's opinion. That's definitely what we're never going to do. So, I listen, bro. I feel like at the end of the day, I think what we're saying, is, she had the gun. I mean, I'm sorry. Yes, she had the knife in her hand, but it wasn't a Michael Myers knife. It wasn't it wasn't a samurai sword. You know what I'm saying? So I get it.
Joe, Joe, I'll say this much though. One thing that they did in this case is that they put out all the body camera footage immediately. I guess whether it's the mayor. Yeah, that's my brother. That's my brother from 9th grade. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like the people who I know in law enforcement, family and friends alike, like they don't go out of their way looking for extra work to do or to be an extra bullshit. This is not predominant. This is not what they are really. This is not what they out here to do. Like that is not what they out here to do.
Yeah, what
happens though? What I think happens though in a lot of instances is that they'll even tell you that some of the assholes that they work with never were respected, never were real. Right. They use it, they use it to flex, to become a tough guy, and then say, "Look at me now." And you see that in every walk of life too. I'm in a frat. Let me tell you something. I love being a noob. I love Kappa. But there's some dudes who, as soon as they pledge, they just be like, Kappa, 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 I'm this now. So you can't look at me, like you can't talk to me anywhere. You can't do this. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, stop playing yourself. Like, and you make us look bad.
But I think there's officers that come into this line of work. There's young cats that go into the force to get that power along with the ego and get that control. Because like you said, we talked before, we got cops that we know 25, 30 years, they never had to shoot nobody because they know how to diffuse it.
Yeah.
And they know how to deal with it. So not everybody shoots it. So I'm with you on that.
So I want to know why Sean feels like he did the right thing. Is it a way for him to join us?
Nah, not right now.
It's only in the comments.
But we could talk about it later, though. He'll message me and I'll share it with everyone.
I think at the end of the day, he reacted the best way he did. Was it the best way? I'm gonna say my opinion. No. I've been in situations with brawls, and I'm a dean of a high school. I've had mothers, daughters with knives and bats and glass bottles. Me personally, I put my neck out there. I didn't get stabbed. I wasn't thinking about reaching for a gun or a taser. I'm thinking about the well-being of this block that is uncontrolled. People are fighting. So in my opinion, I can't speak on him because he reacted. I'm saying for me as an educator, almost 20 years in the Board of Ed, I've dealt with some brawls in the Bronx with knives. And I didn't have shit, but this shit ain't going down. Yeah, I might have got stabbed, or I'm just saying, not that I did. I risked my life or my well-being, but I'm just saying it was a
but you know what?
Knife. That's just me.
But so, you know what though, Joe?
That's just my opinion.
I think everybody's built differently. No, I respect that. I respect your opinion. I respect Sean's opinion because there's from a professional level, he can look at things differently as well. I can respect people.
And in no way, Sean, are we discrediting what you're saying, brother. We just, this is just opinion. And we also want to understand too. So we appreciate you for tapping in, brother.
Of course, man. And to that point, I think how we were raised and how we were brought up, it will affect how we move in every situation.
Facts.
So that's really it.
Like he just said, Sean, there you go. The fear. Mm-hmm.
But what is that shit is fake. That's fake.
No
fear. What is there to be scared of us for?
What I'm trying to tell you, Tiff,
scared of them.
We should be. But what I'm trying to tell you is that
to alligators. And they're scared of us?
Tiff,
come on now.
Tiff, hear me out. What I was about to say really quickly was that it's a byproduct of how we all were raised. Like how you're raised and what you will do in certain situations is a byproduct of what you were around. Joe, you're comfortable putting yourself out there knowing even though they may have weapons, they won't use them against me because I know how I am and they understand and respect me for not only the position I'm in, but the man that I am to them. So they don't want to they wouldn't look to directly bring that harm to you. So while you know what's present, yes. And I was going to sit here and
agree with that, Sean.
And I was going to sit here and say to that point, but Tiff, if they never were raised around us, if their parents have taught them to hate, or their parents have taught them that when you see black people be scared, they're policing and overseeing neighborhoods where they've never had any type of interaction with these people. They don't know how to handle conflict. They don't know how to handle situations. Like if we are like different times.
So then they should not be officers. They should not be doctors. They should not be teachers. Okay, because if you don't know anything about having any social skills and learning how to deal with different people from different walks of life, you do not belong in any of these positions.
I agree.
Agreed.
Protect and serve. And protect and serve is the code. I'm just so.
But you know, this is where when they talk about abolish police or get rid of them, like this is where I think what doesn't happen enough is I don't think there's enough mental and social assessments of these candidates before they get into the job.
Facts.
To Sean's point, I was gonna say that too. Think about how many teachers we had growing up that didn't look like us. A lot of people had a lot of white teachers.
I take it a step further. I worked that same school I was talking about, Eastside Community High School. The school is still there between 12th Street and Avenue A and 1st Avenue. Shout out to my whole Eastside community family. That school had a lot of white teachers coming from Park Slope, Brooklyn, Jersey, into these poverty-stricken areas of the Lower East Side
or
to teach
for America.
And they're young, straight out of college. So there's no connection.
They don't know nothing. They haven't lived enough life, enough experience.
Exactly, Tiff.
Like,
wait.
Go
I'm
teach
not knocking
kindergarten.
any teacher that I work with because there's some damn good teachers that put in some great work. I'm just saying, like Sean says, you got people that don't know our kids, don't know our communities, and you're bringing them in to work. Whether you're hiring them as the principal, you're bringing them in as the board of ed, either way, it's some bullshit because you should have, but yeah.
Even better, they don't know, right? Because there's a lot of things we don't know about other cultures, but you have to be willing to understand. Want to know. It's one thing to not know and you get into an environment and you're there to learn and to understand who you're dealing with and you want to make those adjustments. And there's another thing where you come into this place and you're like, oh my God, I don't know these people. No, you can't be that way. So you should not do this type of work. You should not be a social worker. You should not deal with people. Just go sit on the fucking phone and talk to people, but don't deal with people.
You shouldn't be given a Harvard degree like some of these kids. They pay for them, so that's the other problem. That's a deeper issue. You get what I'm saying?
Degree and whatever the fuck you want to have.
The chick from Full House. The chick from Full House. Come on, son.
Don't deal with people.
You're right.
Do not deal with people.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna say this though. I think also. Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead, Jay. Get back in there.
No. All I was just gonna say. I agree. Like we all are in agreement here. It's just that everything is such a byproduct of all of these people not wanting to take the time out to understand where they are, where they're going, and the way the system is set up. Education, law enforcement. We're using those examples right now. When we're talking about Teach for America, bringing a 22-year-old college graduate who's from Idaho to come teach at Joe's school at 23 years old, and they have no idea the way the world works. They have no idea the way New York City works. They have no idea what it's like to live in a world that this kid is seeing in 12 years compared to their maybe 22, 23 years. You're putting people in places where they're not going to be able to maximize on what it is that they should be capable of, they're most capable of doing. They're serving and working.
Disservice. So you're a disservice. So
Pretty
what are you here for?
Exactly. So when to that point of protecting and serving, that's the point. See, it's supposed to be protect and serve, but it's more of a disservice because of the disconnect.
Amen.
That's my biggest issue with it.
Yeah.
And I think also, with I'm gonna be honest. When I saw the verdict, and this is a perfect segue to the George Floyd. We all was watching heavily in the last few weeks paying attention to making sure, and we heard what Maxine Waters said. I felt that if they do not come with a guilty, it's on and fucking popping. Take it. Look, I felt everything she said. I didn't have to read in between the lines. And I'm glad that every juror did the right thing. I think because you've been hearing a lot of people say, well, he didn't have to do that. I'm gonna be honest, man. If you're a human, that dude should have never died. That should have never happened. If you're a real human and you value people and there's real love in your heart, that should have never gotten that far where you're on his neck for that long. That's the first thing. The video, the power of accountability is amazing because we've seen a lot of video over the years, right? And I'm making a point here. Just stay with me. We've seen a lot of video, whether it's a 30-second clip, a 2-minute clip. But you know what's the difference about this clip? It was the entire fucking beginning to end. So there was no what happened, we missing footage, what happened before that. That shit went from the time he got stopped, the time they threw him in the back, the knee, the entire count. So there was no room. There was no room for anybody, white, black, Asian. You could have your opinion. He didn't have to do all that. But if it wasn't for that video, that motherfucker would have got off. I'm just going to keep it above. If the video had been 2 minutes long, he would have got off. If that video was 4 minutes long, we are so lucky that they had the entire thing on tape because it's almost like damn, we can't help you on this.
Also, this is
how I see it.
This is what I think.
Go ahead, Tiff.
If the video was 20 minutes long and we weren't in the height in the wake of fucking a pandemic.
Come on, sis.
He would have got off.
Okay? Take care.
Because this is not the first time. This is not a shocker. Like
Courtney,
this has been going on forever. We have videos back when our parents was younger. This, and if anybody know our history better than we do, is white people. Okay, so they know. So this is not news. This is not nothing shocking.
Cuz, what up, cuz?
If we were in the middle of a pandemic where it's affecting everybody emotionally, these people can't see their family in a hospital. They can't get their surgeries. Grandma's dying because she can't get her surgery. Everybody's emotional. And now this shit, oh, hell no. Everybody's pissed off. So if we weren't in the middle of a pandemic when George Floyd happened, and that video was 20 minutes long, he still would have gotten off.
That's a fact.
So
and go ahead, Jay.
Nah, I just wanted to sit here and say I want to salute the young sister who took the time out to record all of that. That's bravery. And we're talking about young people.
Being
17-year-old
like
teenagers. Yes, that's exactly, Tiff. That's what I was about to get to. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Sean. Sean, we gotta get you, Sean.
We gonna holler, bro.
Yeah, we want to have you on so we
would love to have you as a guest. JP gonna reach out. We're gonna get you on as a guest in the next couple weeks. I would love to get your take because I don't think it's about dividing right now with our people. I think it's also about understanding from a law enforcement standpoint. My uncle also wants to come. Maybe we'll get y'all both on it.
Yeah, I think we should do that. We should have an episode catered to that.
Be safe, brother.
I wanted to add on to because Tiff, you took it right out. That's exactly what I was gonna go with the trauma. These young girls were so brave and so strong and so tough. And to be able to do something like this to affect the world, like, they have to still live with the fact that they saw that in real life.
And think about the hate that they got from people that were from the world, telling her she did more than video.
But they
cops, the police department probably fucking threatening her life.
Exactly. But they definitely threatening her. That's it. They definitely was.
But they did. But I'll tell you this much too. With that hate that does come, I'm glad to see the overwhelming amount of love and support that everyone, as we understand, as a global village, is giving. Because what people don't realize is how what happened shaped the whole world. And
that shit rock
all over the world. Because eventually, anyone, like you said, Joe, humanity has to reign supreme.
Yep.
Even as much as we know the system is messed up, the people are messed up, even the folks that want to sit here and always say all the idiot phrases and statements, they even were like, you know what? This one they're going to have to take. Like, this one's going to have to take that L because if they let this one go, you can forget about everything. And what I hated so much was that, so yesterday I'm on my way to dinner with my friends. Salute to my whole village, like more birthday dinner celebrations. And then right before,
it was Luther's birthday yesterday, by the way. You know that. It was Luther Vandross's birthday.
Oh, that's why he was on Google. Google give you a
Luther Vandross. Happy belated birthday, brother. One of the greatest.
So while I'm on my way, I'm like, damn, do I want to wait for them to release the information? Like, do I even want to be on the Upper East Side not knowing? Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, yo, this is such a celebratory moment for me and my friends, but now I'm in such angst and the nerves is kicking in like, oh shit, what happens if they don't? Because all of us we all expecting the worst.
Yeah, because I wasn't expecting a guilty verdict at all.
We all expect.
I'm not even watching this shit because we already know.
We've been so conditioned, and that's the bad thing. We've been so conditioned to expect the worst instead of sitting here saying the justice system did what they supposed to do. Period. Like, you should not be getting round of applauses for doing what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Like, we've dealt with so much for so long that we felt like, as evident as this was, we may not even get this.
So now we're revering the justice system when the justice system should be revering us. That's some bullshit. Ain't that some reverse psychology shit?
I'm gonna piggyback off that. I don't want us as a culture, as a race, and I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people that watch this when they run it back. It's not the end of all bad cops. Also, sadly, I don't think this is gonna be the last.
The girl.
I'm saying, look.
Dante Wright. We didn't even talk about Dante Wright.
We didn't talk about the 13-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So I just, it is a move in the right direction in terms of justice. And again, like, Chris Cuomo says something 3 days ago. I don't know if y'all caught it on CNN. I'm heavy on watching the news because I like different perspectives. I watch Don Lemon. I watch all that. Chris Cuomo says something that, I don't promote violence at all. And no way am I even piggybacking off this, but it makes you think. He said the only way that this is going to stop, what up, Jacob? The only way this is going to stop in America, and as bluntly as he put this, I agree with him. He said, until white kids, innocent white kids, get killed by black officers, then, only then, will you hear what's going on with the police. Why are they killing innocent white kids? So we know what the fear is. We already get it. The minute they see us, they're like, it's like the blood is on 1,000. I need to react because I'm told, it's taught. It's not, you didn't wake up. You're taught that. It's deeper than it's in the academy. I'm telling you, I got family in law enforcement. The shit they tell them behind closed doors as a unit is fucked up.
That's why I said this is part of their training.
The lieutenant, it's a lot of bad, influential people that's in power. Because Blue Lives Matter was made up by some bullshit. Like y'all gonna make up a big. So me personally, accountability was important, and I'm glad the video captured that. And how it relates to this new case and the Dante Wright case and all other cases is crazy. But I want y'all to think about this for a second. After I heard the Chris Cuomo thing about innocent white kids dying, that's not going to be until that happens, nobody's going to really care. So I Googled all the killings by unarmed black men by police officers since the beginning of time, whatever Google was able to tell me. And I found going back to the early 1960s. I'm sure there was more things that happened, but a lot of stuff isn't documented because, you know, the earlier on things happened, the less there was internet, the less there was documentation. And I just start reading through a couple early cases, not to take this on a rabbit hole with me, but cases in Harlem, one of the cases, and you know, Brooklyn, early cases in the 70s of police officers shooting unarmed black men in the subway. And a lot of the cases, and I'm just researching, getting deep into it, it's always reported from what the cop is saying. It's always according to the police. It's always there's no witnesses. It's always he acted under the right jurisdiction.
Some bullshit.
And I just think that's bullshit because if we would have had video back then like we have now, it probably would clear up a lot of shit that is stained. Like, oh, well, he was doing this, he was fighting. Oh, I showed up. So, like, it's imagine if there wasn't a camera in Ohio, right? Imagine if it wasn't a camera. Oh, another girl shot. She had a knife. We wouldn't even know. But the power of cameras now. So I don't know, man. I was researching.
I think that the power of camera is like there's a gift and a curse.
Yes.
Because it's like, all right, George Floyd, okay, we got a verdict, a guilty verdict, right? Mm-hmm. But I still think that guilty verdict came because there was too much pressure. You know what I mean? That's why he was sitting there looking like, but do you have steak or we're gonna have chicken?
First of all, he was pissing me off writing down whatever his lawyer was saying. That was pissing me off. Like, dude, you can get you can get that printed. You don't need to write that down. But there was some disbelief in his eyes. There was because I think he was being lied to, though. Yeah. I think there was his people were saying, "You good? We not going to charge us." The Blue Lives Matter shit. He couldn't understand. He couldn't fathom.
He was looking retarded. He was like,
"That ain't for me. I didn't order that."
Yeah, steak or chicken. What's going on?
That's gonna be the name of the episode. Steak or chicken. Accountability. That's gonna be the name of this episode. I'm telling you.
It's looking to me. I'm like, this nigga is crazy. But what I'm saying about the gift and the curse with the camera and all of the, you know, the visual footage that we can get. It's kind of like, okay, George Floyd, we got that, okay. But it's like the audacity, like, look, here, I'm going to show you. We're going to do this. No probable cause. We just going to do this. It's going to be malicious. It's going to be all of that and acquitted, suspended over and over and over and over again. What does that do to our psyche? What does that do to our youth psyche? It's like, okay, I ain't got shit to live for anyway. My life really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And if all lives matter, I guess I'm not part of the all because it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So the cameras is like, okay,
Marlon, what up, Marlon?
We can see, all right, what really happened for us, but we really don't get any justice. So it's kind of hurtful, and I can't watch them fucking videos. I'm tired of watching them videos.
Nah, you're right. Go ahead, Jay.
I just want to say this too. Remember, if you look back at all our episodes back in October, September, before November, and we talked about voting and elections and all of that stuff, I'm going to tell you why that comes full circle now somewhat. And it's the boring minutia details that actually help make the difference to get what we got in this case compared to what you couldn't even get as far as Breonna Taylor was concerned, as far as Trayvon Martin was concerned in Florida, as far as what happened here in, like, with
Sandra Bland, because I'm still fucked up over that.
Let me tell you, let me explain to you.
The audacity let me explain, to keep her eyes open.
But let me explain this, Tiff. This is the little details that people forget. When I talked about, I don't care who you vote for, vote and hold these people accountable. This is where the accountability, because we've been using that as our word for today, matters the most. The reason why Sandra Bland, no justice, Breonna Taylor in a state like Kentucky, with an Uncle Tom, with a Uncle Tom for a DA who sold his soul to the white man to come up, with senators like Mitch McConnell, with governors like Ron DeSantis and the previous administration.
Jay, you got
senators like Marco Rubio.
You got to add some of the medical examinators on record have been fired for lying under oath. So let's also throw medical examiners on certain cases like this who rule in the police favor.
They are paid, Joe. They are paid by the state. They are paid by the state, people. I'm trying to, I'm not trying to be too preachy, but I want to be very clear and explaining to you. These people are paid by the state. The fact that you had a black man who is now the Attorney General of the state of Minnesota, based on who you elected, that matters, people. That matters.
Sure does.
Those boring little local things, that matters. Because that Attorney General is going to make sure prosecutors put the biggest, toughest charges they can. They're going to finance the prosecution needed to give the best trial.
They like to stack
show that this needs to be the case. I'm trying to tell y'all, these little things.
When we walk into court, we already down 40. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Always.
I don't
always, Joe.
You are down 40 the minute you walk into court.
Know who your DAs are. These people are voted in. Know who your judges are. Because what's now going to be the biggest thing is the sentencing. Because while he's found guilty on all of those things, if he gets minimum numbers on the sentence, that can only add up. He could maybe only end up doing like 10, 12 years. We want to see the numbers during sentencing.
And that's what I feel like. And that's what I feel like is going to happen anyway. That's why I think that this whole guilty verdict is just like to shut the fuck up. It's kind of like, here, y'all want to paint Black Lives Matter on the street? Go ahead and do it. I think it's just to satisfy.
I'm telling you, I think they're going to shoot. They have to prove a point with sentencing as well, because they have to be consistent all the way through.
Yeah.
If they don't,
when is the sentencing date?
I'm not sure. I don't know if they even announced it yet.
20 something maybe. I'm hoping.
Yeah,
it'll be dope.
But he's not. But clearly, he wasn't allowed. He wasn't allowed to be bonded or bailed. He was sent right into immediate custody, and that's it. Now, the amount of time he gets, we don't know. And every judge, every state, it varies.
I'm gonna be honest.
I'll be honest with you too.
Dude, solitary confined, keep him in it, because
that's what they said they doing.
Keep that dude separate from everybody, because everybody don't like him right now. It ain't a white black.
I don't feel like he should have that privilege, nigga.
I agree.
You want 20 years?
But they're gonna get it to him. They're gonna get it to him.
10 years? That's all you want? Then you going in population. No protective custody for you. You're gonna do this hard time.
Well,
and don't be surprised. I was gonna say, don't be surprised if we end up hearing something about this man committing suicide either.
Yeah, because he
I don't want to wish it on him
there anyway.
Might as well. But on a lighter note, I know we started off heavy, and we wanted to, that's something that was heavy on our coach's heart. We all been watching it, so I feel like we had to come in and give y'all our opinions, and we definitely gonna have down the road guests with law enforcement and people like that, or family and friends, to help us understand more. I mean, listen, it's not an easy job, but if you take those jobs, understand it's a lot that comes with that. So on the lighter note, Jay, you ready for the pro tip?
Yo, let me tell you something.
Come on,
the red cup.
Let's do it.
Let me tell you something. No, I'm actually going to keep it light.
But that's fine. We're not giving y'all a long drawn out episode. We got about another 20 minutes, and we're gonna give you what you need.
And I'm gonna tell you my pro tip is very simple today, because it's something that I just continue to live by, and I just saw it proven so much over this weekend for my birthday. continue to just give love, continue to just spread love, and continue to show love. Like when you really do that without doing it for what I could get from someone, or you do it freely because this is what you subscribe to, trust me, it's gonna come full circle.
Mm-hmm.
Like your blessing is gonna come around. It's gonna come around. When you just give love, spread love, show love, and you really, really do it with a good heart. Don't worry about what someone else can give you or what you're gonna get from someone. Do it because you know it really makes a difference, or do it because you know it matters, or do it because you're trying to make sure you're surrounding yourself with other people who can then continue to pay it forward. It's that simple. Because when I was able to see that and how it came full circle, surrounded by all the people, like the people that I love, to be able to spend time with them. Because last year I was on a Zoom computer alone in my house, and then to be able to see that and have that, and then to hear people say that about me without me even mentioning it, and my family and friends choosing to do that, I just want to say that's really what it's all about. So just continue to give love, spread love, show love.
That's what we talked about 2 weeks ago, giving love without wanting or asking for anything in return. You know, reciprocity is everything, but there's something to giving without wanting anything in return in life, whether that's opportunity, whether that's, you know what I'm saying, you know, people, you know, putting you in a position, you know, doing it straight out of love, and you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. But I got a couple more things I want to definitely just been going on in the current event. Your girl J-Lo. I say your girl, I'm talking about Bronx own, my city's own. J-Lo.
Yes, baby.
And A-Rod. There was a
train gang.
Tiff, you were right. They broke up and then they got back together. So Tiff was right. But I'm gonna be honest. A-Rod thought he was slick. A-Rod think he's still playing for the Yankees. Like you need to hang it, you need to pack all that up and just come on, son. So what y'all think of that? Yeah, did y'all see that coming, or did y'all was like, that's
I mean, I don't take any of her relationships serious.
Puffy? Who's she had? Puffy?
J-Lo don't give a fuck. She be like,
was she with Batman? Please. Was she with Ben Affleck? She was with Batman.
Yeah, she was with Ben Affleck.
Who am I missing? Why not? Let's just who else? Let's just go
Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony. The dancer that she was first with.
The dancer.
Oh, not the dancer. I forgot about the dancer. Okay.
Yo, let me tell you something. J-Lo
she's like
is so Bronx.
You said she's the Bronx Kim Kardashian?
Without the sex tape that surfaced. We're not saying she don't got one. We just saying it hasn't surfaced.
Look, it hasn't surfaced. J-Lo grew up in a certain era and a certain type of time, and been living with that same type of energy. However, it's convenient. Get it how I live it.
Look, I'm not mad.
And now I'm not either. By no means.
J-Lo is not holding on to no toxic fucking relationship. She like, all right, bye.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna throw this in there, and I'm gonna go to you, Jay. I'm gonna go to Tiff first, and Jay, I want your opinion. And I know, you know, when there's an engagement ring given out, right, and there's a split, particularly, I don't know on average what's supposed to happen. Most men are like, fuck it, keep the ring. I don't want the shit back in me. But that's $1 million ring.
They are?
Now
they are? I don't know. I need to hear clarification on this.
How does that work? Is she supposed to give the ring back, or I mean the value lost soon as you left out? You ain't gonna get the same value, but I'm saying, are you supposed to give the ring back? I mean,
listen, I don't know. I never had a J-Lo engagement ring. So maybe if I had a J-Lo engagement ring, I wouldn't give that shit back. But if you got like a little Cage jeweler engagement ring, you be like, here, take this bum ass ring back. You throw the ring. But if you got a ring like a J-Lo ring, the shit she get, you might not give that back. That's an asset.
What you think, Jay?
Yo. I don't know. I'm single. I don't have any children. I've never proposed to a woman before. I do not know how this game goes at all.
He's like, that part of the game, I didn't get that part.
I don't know. So I defer.
He said, I haven't got to the part where you got to rescue the princess in Super Mario. I'm still on the board. I'm still on the board.
I defer. I just say you got to follow your heart. Do what makes you happy, I guess.
Yeah.
I do think it's whack if a man asks for his ring back.
Very
because
whack.
You gave somebody something as a gift. So that's not because you're not like, here, this is a guarantee that this shit is going to work out. You know what I mean?
But isn't that? But wait. But isn't the So I'm just throwing it out here because logical me here says this ring is given with the intent of us being together forever. If there is no forever,
no, that's the engagement.
Why do?
So then the wedding ring is for that. You can have the band.
Yeah, Tiff, come on. So wait a minute.
No, most women will just give it back because they don't want it because it's just like, this reminds me of what was. But like I said, I've never had a rock like J-Lo would have. So I don't know. You know what I mean? But
does the size of the rock? No, the size of the rock matters. I know that. Hold on. Let me preface my statement. I know it matters. What I'm saying is would you feel different? Is it based on the dynamic that you have with the individual, or would you consider more of the cost and consideration and the look of the actual physical ring as well? Like what kind of goes into?
I mean, I think that's just individual. That's individualized. That goes according to the person. Some people are, what is your love language? You like gifts or you like meaning? You know what I mean? So I wouldn't I'm not going based off of the size of the ring, the cost of the ring. I'm not the type of person, if you got me a ring, I'm going right to the appraiser tomorrow. Like, how much is this? What is this worth? I'm not that
She'll
person.
be there by the weekend, though.
Huh? What'd you say?
So she'll be there by the weekend.
You'll be there by Saturday.
No, I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't. Because it's just like the meaning behind it.
No, we hear you, Tiff.
You want something that looks nice on your hand, but it's just like, I'm not going to put my man under no type of pressure that I got to have the most expensive, the most gaudiest, biggest ring ever, because I'm also not a millionaire. So your expectations and your taste and what you can afford is different. Right. You know what I mean? So J-Lo, you probably can't give J-Lo that, but maybe you can. Maybe she just wants a gemstone, like, a crystal or something. I don't know. It just depends on what you like and what you want. You know what I mean?
I agree. I mean,
I think if you give somebody an engagement ring or any type of gift, you shouldn't ask for it back.
Marlon said,
but what if
you are the 1%, Tiff? You should be proud. You are the one.
Yeah, I'm also single.
That's why I need to ask. See, this is why I need to ask my cousin.
This shit is single than a motherfucker. I guess I got.
But that's because. But this is a happily married man we talking about. This is a married man. He been married. My cousin been married for years. Like they like you got. This is why I defer. Like this is why I tell you I completely defer. I appreciate your perspective, Tiff. And what's funny is that when Marlon say you on the 1%. Now I'm gonna mess around and be like, yo, Tiff said this. I trust Tiff. So I'm gonna go take what Tiff gotta say. 1%. And then I go apply it to the next one. And I'm out here getting my ass kicked, called all type of names, getting joked on.
Basically, if you give the ring out, it's a gift. It's a dub in the backwood. You're not getting it back. You should have never given it.
Yeah.
Done.
Most likely, if she's that type of woman, she's probably gonna give it back if you did some whack shit. You know what I mean? She's probably gonna give it back anyway. You know what I mean?
All right, I gotta bring this up too. We got like 6-7 minutes left before we get out of here. Kobe Bryant is leaving Nike.
Nike, yo.
Tiff, I know. I mean, Tiff's like, whatever.
What do you mean he's leaving?
Basically, his estate. When we say that, Vanessa refused to renew his contract that Kobe signed in 2016 for an extension of 5 years for his sneaker line to stay on. I believe she's going to take that sneaker line to the next level. Nike's issue. The issue at hand is availability. Having enough sneakers produced to get out to the mass. And it's always been a problem and an issue, I think, with Kobe's people and even when he was alive. You know what I'm saying? Getting it produced, getting it out, mass produced. So shout out to Vanessa for because I need them Kobe. I need them sixes, them neon green joints, and I can't find them. So I need her to put in a position so I can support my Kobe, man.
Let me tell you this much about Vanessa Bryant. I think since Kobe's passing, we've learned so much about the kind of woman she is. Mm-hmm. And you kind of had to get that feeling because to be married to someone so cerebral, so laser focused like Kobe is, to deal with everything that comes with the package of being with Kobe Bryant, to find that in a spouse, like that ain't easy.
Yep.
Now while she ain't making jump shots for the Lakers and doing commercials and stuff, you I'm really giving her mad props because you are seeing that, okay, she knows the type of time she's on and how she's going to make sure she moves accordingly. And regardless of what people are saying, the pressure she may feel, she's got a plan. She's going to execute it.
And she got to take care of them girls.
She's going to make sure. She's going to make sure they're going to do right by him. Mm-hmm. He had a rider. Like, she's a rider. So I just want to say kudos to Vanessa.
Yep. Salute to Vanessa.
Yes, kudos Vanessa. And I think whatever she does with it will be game changing in the fact that there will be more availability. There will be the option for it to be able to get to people all over the world and to be able to spread his name and his legacy on a different level compared to, as much as, I'm a team Nike guy, like, he's gonna be bigger than the corporation.
Why wasn't Nike able to do that?
I'm gonna jump in front of you and say this: Nike just got a lot on their plate. They got millions of athletes. They got $1 million. They got everybody contracts left and right. I think there's a prioritization that she's focusing on. Like, I want there's more available, even more that he's not alive. I want his brand out there, his legacy to live on, like Jay said. So I salute her for taking that. I mean, look, Nike's just a platform. We all know that. But again, Kobe is a brand, is the brand. So like, he's bigger than Nike, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Brian is bigger
so it's like Diddy and Biggie.
It's like just being bigger than the platform that you started on. He grew to become something bigger than just a name, Nike. He is a revolutionary type of cat. It's bigger than basketball, I think. So salute to her. But
it is.
This has been a dope episode. And when I say that, we only want to hit y'all with a quick hour. We're gonna be back next week. So yeah, man. And of course, on the way out, I gotta show love. First things first. If you in the Bronx, and I know my Bronx people has been tapping in, showing love. You already know where I'm going with this. I'm coming to you next, Tiff, but we got to support Lloyd's Carrot Cake. 6087 Broadway. Come on, y'all. You got the times. You got Mother's Day coming up. You got Father's Day.
It.
It's a graduation on Zoom coming up. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Report cards is coming out.
Thank you, Joe.
Support. Go to Lloyd's Carrot Cake. Get a cake. Just tell them you watched the show and you want to come try it out. Support them. Go ahead. I know you want to drop something in there. You already know, Jay.
That's it. I want.
That's it. Show love. That's not only family. That's home right
there. It costs you nothing to show love.
Yeah.
And of course, nothing to show love.
That she brand is bussing right now. We got to use the young word.
Yes, new merch is coming out soon. We got new merch. So usually I do the pre-orders, but I'm not doing that. I'm just waiting for the merch to come out and
that's a fact.
And do it that way. But She Brand, yeah, follow my page, She Brand on Facebook. And She is an acronym for Sis Healing Every Day. It's all about empowering yourself, each other, and healing every day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Two things.
The visuals are dope. The visuals are dope on the page, Tiff. I just want to tell you, I like the different looks, the different colors.
Oh, thank you.
That you've been putting out. Dope.
You know,
Super
with everything
dope.
going on, and I'm not saying this because I'm on the other side of the country. I'm moving around. I always get bougie, but I will be in Minnesota this Sunday night headlining the House of Comedy inside the Mall of America. It's one of the biggest malls in the country, inside of Bloomington, Minnesota. Shout out to my guy, Bruce Leroy. You remember him.
Yeah.
He came on. He does the yoga. He also has a great show he's been running out there, production, and he got me out there.
Shout out to
Funny for real. And he's bringing comedians out like myself that you may not know, but you will remember. So I'm headlining, but it's got me wanting to definitely hit home and talk about some of this shit that's going on, being that I'm in Minnesota. You know, some people are like, you don't want to be, you ain't Dave Chappelle, but I just feel like, fuck all that. I want a platform and I could talk about what I want to talk about.
You don't have to be Dave Chappelle.
You're right.
I don't like time for that.
Exactly.
I just feel like me going to Minnesota, I got to talk about
these are our experiences too.
Come on.
Exactly.
But Miami is coming up May 5th and 8th, and I got to end the show on a super lit note. Myself and the gang will be at the Miami Improv May 5th, 2 shows. I got Eva Evans. You saw her video, Jay. I know you saw that because you liked it earlier. Jay was like, "Oh, Eva!" Shout out to Eva on the radio 2 nights a week, promoting the shows. But also, we got Kyle Grooms from the Chappelle Show and Comedy Central. We got Walt from Black Ink. You know Walt Miller tearing up the comedy scene. And we got the UGK brothers. So 2 shows May 5th in Miami. The flights are cheap. The hotels are cheap. So the question is, who's pulling up to Miami? But that's not it, Jay. That's not even it. 2 days later, May 7th, we're going to be at Casa Tiki in Miami, which is like 5 minutes away. We got another exclusive show with some special guests. My homegirl from MTV Girl Code and The Last Comic Standard, Esther Koo. She's a bad. Yeah, let me tell you something. Esther Koo is lit. When I tell you she's funny, she runs.
Wow.
And we got my guy Marcelo Hernandez, who's one of the rising kings in Miami in comedy. Funny as fuck. So I'm gonna say this again: 3 shows in 3 days. We're gonna be on the beach. Jay already said he's gonna be stretched out on the beach every day. So I'm gonna make sure I get some footage. Tiff, we know you're working and you can't join us, but we will be coming back to Miami. So we're gonna warm it up. So the next time we come to Miami, you come on down. So get your tickets or tell somebody in Miami. That's about it, man. I got to get out of here. I know y'all got to get out of here. Thank y'all for tuning in. Anything y'all want to say before we get out of here?
I just want to say this real quick. You see this? You see what I'm on? They winning right now. It's about to be 8 in a row. So I'm going to just tell all y'all right now who've been talking real greasy for the past, I don't know how many years. Shout out to Coach Tibbs, Coach of the Year, Julius Randle, he's all NBA.
Hey, Jay, I'm going to throw this out there too. What day are you arriving in Miami, if you don't mind me asking?
Cinco de Mayo.
I'm arriving the day before because we got a business meeting we're doing and we meeting up, but we will be going to the Dallas-Miami game the night before, Luka versus Jimmy Butler. So there will be a Luka sighting in Miami real quick. So Cinco de Mayo is going to be lit, but yes.
It will be. And we'll talk about that as soon as I touch down in the morning.
Look.
Did y'all watch?
Marlon said Miami is hot like COVID. Like on a Sunday morning. Listen, folks is getting tested. Listen, we can't stay inside. We got to get these laughs. We got to get vaccinated. Shout out to anybody that got vaccinated.
If you want it. If you want to travel, go get your test. Look, can't run scared of everything. Just be responsible and do your due diligence.
Man and Method Man versus.
Oh yeah, we gotta mention that. Yeah, we gotta talk about that for a second.
I'm gonna watch it tonight
that was better than the Ronald Isaac Earth, Wind and Fire, and that was 2 separate generations. That was like those 2 battles.
But it's two different vibes.
No, but I'm saying those were powerful verses. Ronald Isaac versus Earth, Wind and Fire, and then Isley Brothers, and then Method Man, Redman. I saw Keith Murray sighting. I was like,
yeah.
But it was good.
Yo, we saw RZA, Inspector Deck pulled up too. Like, you know, those men have done so much for the culture.
Yeah, I ain't seen my comment.
They've done so much for the culture for so long.
What's your comment?
I was a comment on there. I'm gonna see if I can go back. I said, did Redman have on? I mean, does Redman have on capri shorts?
He was but you know what though? What I love about their relationship is that they continue to show love for each other like real brothers, and the energy that they give on the stage, like when each one knows each other's joints back and forth, all the different parts of their career, their different crews, like to see Keith Murray, you know, Death Squad energy, of course the Wu-Tang, you know, shout to everybody, you know.
Shout to New York, heavy on that. New York was heavy on that.
Shout to New Jersey, heavy too. Like, shout to the whole Brick City. Shout to the whole 973-201-718. And I was about to say this last thing too about Black Rob. I want to salute Black Rob really quickly. A real legend. He was really tight with my extended fam. So shout to my brother Steve. Shout to my cousin Cynthia. You know, those was his day ones. Mark, buddy, like A1. I just want to say he was a real one. Always showed the family love. When he pulled up, always love. So it was sad to see him in the situation he was in. But rest in peace to Black Rob. Seriously.
I hope their catalogs make so much money that their kids get taken care of. So spin their music now, celebrate them. Yeah. And on that note, like always, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for supporting the Afterthought podcast. If you want to support, true supporters that want to support, hit the info down at the bottom, anchor.fm.theafterthought podcast /support. You could donate a monthly donation. It could be $1, $3, $10, whatever you have to offer. Or you could just share our shit. You could listen to it. We get 1 cent every time you listen. We're trying to save up all this, whatever we doing with it. We haven't decided yet, but we're going to do something with this pot. And I mean, we had like $38, but that's you get the point I'm trying to make.
But we
moving. We
$38 from a penny is a lot. $38 from 1 penny is a lot.
Equal big win. So I thank y'all. Thank you for supporting. Enjoy y'all night. And again, show love. It's a lot of going on right now. We need love more than anything right now. Inspire somebody.
Give love, spread love, show love.
Lift somebody. And on that note, I'm out of here. It's your girl Tiff Tanto, Pete Campbell, myself, Joe Hill. Afterthought podcast. Y'all be safe. Love y'all. Peace.
Go Nick.